Today I got another unboxing. I just got back from a trip to West Virginia and that video will be coming soon. I did a good bit of fishing down there, tough conditions. And when I got back I had 3 packages waiting for me. So I've got these two and this one. So yeah, it's 2 reels and another rod. And I think there's a few other goodies in here too. So let's see. This one, I don't know which one's which. Okay, well, the way this one is packed is different, so I think I know where this one's from. Based on the title of the video, you know what these are. Which one do you think this is? Arigato, that's cool. Hey, there it is. Wow, just right off the top. There we go. We have the 22 Aldebaran BFS, nicely wrapped up. And I know everybody's looking for other stuff, but here's the Ryuki Spearhead. Got a couple of these just while I was ordering from Digitaka. There it is. This is the HG. Left hand obviously, because the right hand has not come out. You know, I thought about pre-ordering this and I decided not to. I mean there's so many other things I want to get that I did not pre-order this reel. But then at about the time they started shipping, it was right at the beginning of March, I just on a whim, I went to order this reel and it was out of stock from Japan Lure Shop. And I went to Digitaka to see if it was available. And I said, well, I'll just see what the Aldebaran looks like, see if they have it yet. And they had one available, and so I bought it right then. And so I bought it right before I left for West Virginia. So let's get a look at it, see what it's like in here. Obviously everything's in Japanese. Getting old, need the glasses. It's got the BFS oil in it, it looks like. Man, is this thing light. Is this thing light? Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, clicking drag. Ooh, nice. I probably would have known that if I'd looked at the specs, but it's got a nice, that drag clicker is a little bit louder than most of the other ones. And then this wheel right here, so many people are freaking out about the wheel. The brake adjustment, how you know, it is tough to move, I'll give it that, and it does feel a little funky, but I don't think it's going to be a problem for me. I guess it's people who palm the reel, right? And even if I did that, I don't even really feel it, but I don't palm my reel. I don't feel a need to do it. Let's see. The spool tension adjustment is it's tight. It's very tight. I have a feeling that the spool tension is going to be different on this one than the Daiwas and the Dark Wolf Ultra that I've been using. But yeah, I mean this thing actually looks really nice. It's really lightweight. So, I mean, that's it does feel smooth, but we'll have to see when I get it on the water. But that's the Aldebaran, that's the 22. And I got the HG, it's 7.8 or 7.8 to 1 gear ratio. So that's the Aldebaran. And I don't want to just throw these little guys aside. These look, man, these are awesome little baits. Yeah, they're right around 3 grams. Right around 3 grams on these. Give you a nice little close up. So I got a couple different ones. I'll definitely be putting these to the test real soon. And I don't think I left much suspense, but the other reel that came in, is the aforementioned Silver Creek. So let's open this up. So when the Silver Creek wasn't available at Japan Lure Shop, and they really hadn't had any of the Aldebaran available, I sent them an email and I said, hey, are you going to have these available? I'd like to buy one of them this month. And that was the plan. I was going to buy one of them. It took them a couple of days to get back to me. I think I sent the message on Tuesday afternoon. They got back to me Thursday morning. So on Wednesday morning, I bought this because I got a good, it was available, and I was shocked that I could just buy one. So then on Thursday morning, I got the response from Japan Lure Shop, and they said, oh yeah, we do have one in stock. Do you need it? And I said, that would be great. You know, what I highly recommend that you do is, if you're dealing with some of these Japanese websites and they don't have something listed, reach out to them. So far I've been enjoying Japan Lure Shop, just the communication from them, the navigation of the website's been good. And their prices are really good. You know, plus, you know, who doesn't like free stuff? And so, look, I got a, this is a great hunting GH46 humpback, right, 4 gram. And this one's called, man, look at that. This is really nice. You know, this is the kind of stuff that I'd love to get when I'm buying BFS gear, right? It's the right thing to get. You know, so sometimes you get more expensive stuff from them, but these are great to get you know, so I got 3 more little minnow lures at this point. But anyway, you know, call them up or send them an email, because they may have inventory available. I could have gotten either the XG or the HG, and I almost bought the XG as well, which I just thought was a little crazy to get 2 of them, because, you know, Japan Lure Shop said they had both of them, and then, you know, here I got the Silver Creek, the Air TW Stream Custom. I hope this is as good looking as it seems to be online, because I think this is a beautiful looking reel. I'll say this much, it's packed up a little bit better than the Shimano was. Not that that really matters that much. Yeah, I tell you what, I mean, look at that. I mean, it's a little old school looking, you know, because it's got the brown, it's got the gold, it's, oh man, these knobs feel amazing. Ooh, it's got a clicking drag too. Nice. Very nice. Man, this thing feels great. Feels absolutely amazing. Spool tension works out real nice. Yeah, so the color on this is just absolutely incredible. I think it's a beautiful reel. I will say this much, even just, you know, not under load, you can feel the gears a little bit in this reel. I guess they're there. There's a little bit of jiggle. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that or not. So it makes a little bit of noise. It's not adjusted, so I mean, maybe there's something else. Yeah, this one, you get a little bit of noise from the knobs too. Like I said, I can feel this one a little bit more than the Aldebaran. I mean, listen to the clicker too. That just sounds amazing. This one's a little bit higher pitched, a little bit more metallic sounding. I'm looking forward to using both of these reels. What I think I'm going to do with the Aldebaran right off the bat, because this is supposed to throw really light lures really well. It also casts stuff a mile from what I've been reading so far. But I'm going to pair this with the I think I'm going to pair this with the Wind Shadow. Yeah, it sort of matches the, here we can see here, matches the letters a little bit. It's got this bluish tint to it. Granted, it's, you know, a purple rod, but I haven't found too much to really match this thing with yet. Because the Aldebaran was a little bit of an impulse purchase. I mean, I'd planned on buying it, I just didn't plan on buying it this month. I don't have, in fact, I still haven't figured out the rod that I want to put this with. So I'm going to test it on a handful of different rods. And then probably in the next month or two, I'll order a rod specifically that I think this will go on. One of the ones I have in mind is maybe the Dobbins Sierra. But I don't know yet. I want to see how I like this reel and how it functions in different types of fishing before I figure out what rod I want to put on it. But the Silver Creek, I knew exactly the rod that, after I'd done some looking, I knew exactly the rod I wanted to look at. Let me get rid of these. Okay, so this is the rod that when I started looking at the Daiwa Stream Custom, I found this rod. Well, I found out it was made. So in other words, it was really hard to find this sucker. So I ended up ordering this one off of eBay from a seller named Shim Reels. I'll have all the links down in there where you can find these things. Ooh. Ooh. What is this? Okay, I'll be back. This is different. Oh. Okay. So he puts this, actually it probably collapses back down. So this is a really nice tip. This is a hard metal rod that this seller packaged in the tube so that it protected the rod. Because I was a little confused. I'm pulling this out. I'm like, what in the world is this? But let me turn it around here. So then he took the rod and it's basically strapped to the pole. That's a really nice touch. Let's see if we can get this thing separated. I don't know what this is really designed to be. I'm going to have to find something to use it for. Okay. What rod should I have gotten to go with the Silver Creek Airstream Custom? Because, you know, maybe I'll put it with something else. Maybe I will eventually put it with the Airstream Custom. I still have a couple rods that I plan on buying this spring. The reels are a little bit easier to figure out. The rods, it almost seems like there are so many more options. And part of it's availability. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here we go. It's the Finetail. You might have seen that on the other side. This is a fiberglass. This is the it basically says full glass rod on the case. Fishing gives me much pleasure. Yes, it does. Absolutely. This is another one from Major Craft. If you've watched one of my earlier videos, I got a Major Craft Benkei to go with my Alphas Air. This one's so it looks like the pouches are on separate sides, which is nice. It still packs up nice. Feels really nice. Look at that. I have to open it up here. Actually, before I put it together, I'm going to open this up, get the wrapping off of it. Just less chance to damage it waving it around if it's still just the one piece. So I still feel like at some point doing these videos in the garage, I'm going to screw up. And I will say that I made the decision on this rod because this is the FSG 410 2 ultralight. So again, it's fiberglass, it's 4'10". After using the wind shadow, which I talked about, I'm going to put the Aldebaran on there. I really like that short rod so much that I decided, you know, when I said, okay, well, what do I want with the Stream Custom? I wanted to get another short rod that was a little bit nicer. And in fact, this cost almost 5 times as much as that other one. So, you know, we'll see if I can feel a real difference. But it's got, you know, a nice seat. This looks like looks like a piece of wood here too. I think both of these are wood. So this looks like wood. It's got a wood trim ring here. It's really classy looking. And you can, hopefully you can see it. I'll put these together. I think you can see, you know, why I thought the two would look really nice together. The only piece that's a little goofy is this little piece of this brass piece right here. It's not as, let me see something. This isn't seated the way I want it either. Okay, what's going on here? This sits down in here. Didn't feel like it wanted to go on, and you can see how it looks like it's at a little bit of an angle. Could be designed that way. So you have to tighten this up, and then it sort of flattens everything out pretty well. I mean, it's on there really well. But other than that, it felt like these were going to go together really, really well. And for the most part, when you're using the rod, you can't really see that little gold piece. But I just thought that the gold and brown trim on the rod, it's got a little bit of gray. I just thought it would go really well with this reel. Cork feels really nice. I feel like the design of the handle's good. So this one definitely has a little bit more back. It feels like it's got more backbone than the wind shadow does. I'm really looking forward to getting this out on the streams. Just out of curiosity, I wonder if the Aldebaran actually wouldn't look too bad on this either. You know, the Aldebaran wouldn't be horrible on this. You know, it's got a little bit of gold that sort of matches some of this. The fish don't care if they go together or not, right? But we do. Actually, I think this would probably look pretty nice on the Benkei too. The Benkei's got some orange colors. So I still don't know what to put this on permanently, but it's going to go in the wind shadow initially. So yeah, that's the new stuff that showed up while I was busy fishing down in West Virginia. As always, I'm really excited to give these things a try. So far, unboxing wise and like putting it together first time, this might be the most excited I've been about any setup. Nothing against the Aldebaran. I feel like the Aldebaran has a chance to be the best all around BFS reel, you know, under $400 or $500. I don't plan on going above $500 anytime soon. I do think it has that potential from, you know, the specs and what I've heard so far. But for my specific style of fishing, for, you know, small trout streams and creek fishing, I feel like this could have, you know, the Silver Creek and the Finetail FSG glass, it really could be a really good all-around combo. Now there will be people saying that, well, this is really meant for trout, or it's not really a bass rod, and we'll see. I mean, I want to put it to the test with that, and I may find that, you know, on the smallmouth fishing that I like to do on smaller streams, maybe it's not, you know, maybe it's not good enough. Maybe it really does struggle at that point. You know, I don't think I'd take it to any of the bigger rivers. I don't right now. I don't plan on taking this to the Youghiogheny unless it really shows that it does extremely well on bass and slightly larger fish. But for just getting out, you know, right now I expect this to be really enjoyable. Now, expectations could be a problem. I didn't have too many expectations on the Dark Wolf Ultra, so you know, maybe the expectations let me down. So we'll see. Again, the Aldebaran, I'm going to set it up on a similar rod, right around 4'6" instead of 4'10", I think. A little bit lighter action. And the first thing I'll do is compare those two. If you've watched any of my videos, you probably know I'm not loyal to one brand of equipment. You know, I've got a Shimano here, I've got a Daiwa. I've been fishing most with the Surinoria Dark Wolf Ultra. I have been using the Alphas Air. I've finally been landing some fish on it. The Silver Creek will definitely be getting a workout real soon. You know, I really didn't plan on getting both reels because, you know, I'm excited about both of them for different reasons. You know, they're both really nice looking reels. They both feel really nice. The Aldebaran is definitely lighter. You know, but I like to use one for at least several weeks to get a good feeling for it. And, you know, so far that hasn't been the speed that I've been moving with some of the reels. You know, there's other people that do sort of the reviews and go over all the specs and stuff, and that's fine. But I want to share as a fisherman, as somebody new getting into BFS too. Like, what do I think of these, and how do they suit certain styles of fishing, and what would I use them for? You know, is there one that I find that I think is just a great all-around reel? I don't know. Again, I really think the Aldebaran has the chance to be that reel. You know, two great reels, great rod, a few lures, want them for free? Gotta love free stuff, right? Tell me which one of these you want to see first. You know, which ones do you want me to focus on getting a full review on and let you know how it works. So I appreciate you watching. I'm going to continue trying to get out on the water 2-3+ times a week and keep sharing my journey into this rabbit hole of bait finesse style. The equipment is beautiful. It's everything that I've tried has been highly functional. It's purpose suited for finesse fishing. I mean, that's what, you know, it's called bait finesse. And if you like finesse, I highly recommend going down the BFS style. You know, my spinning gear, it's rapidly dwindling. I've only got 2 spinning rods over there, and one of them I used because I did some catfishing. You know, I really enjoying this. So appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.